Hello, I'm going to be talking about Nisemonogatari right now. I know this is really late to talk about, both late at night and late since Monogatari is supposed to premiere today, but I just got done rewatching Nisemonogatari and I realized pretty much just a whole bunch of stuff that might pertain to things that might go into Monogatari. First of all, if you didn't know, Monogatari is going to be taking place directly after Nisemonogatari, or maybe a few weeks after. So basically it's the most updated season so far. Now I'll go right into it. I'm gonna go through every character, and basically the characters also represent the episodes that they were in and stuff. So first is Hachikuji. I noticed that she mentioned something that when she was leaving Aragi in the, I think, first episode, that she was looking for Aragi. I was kind of thinking that maybe that's going to pertain to her arc in Monogatari, since, you know, her in Monogatari, the entire plot was based around her being lost. But now that she's not a lost spirit, what does that make her, you know? She's not exactly supernatural, other than, I suppose, being a ghost, but I would think that that would disrupt her purpose or whatever as far as the supernatural went. So I think that maybe her powers might grow or something, since she acts like she's lost but isn't. You know, kind of along with the theme of Nisemonogatari, was the fake being more real than the real thing. So I'm kind of interested in, like, maybe she'll be able to, like, bring the whole town, or maybe a whole bunch of characters, into her world or something. By the way, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm pretty much gonna be just I'm pretty much thinking that everything is gonna be, like, a lot grander. I'm sure it's gonna be, like, even simpler than what I'm thinking, but I'm just gonna try to make the assumption that, like, maybe things are just gonna explode into really fantastical things, but I have no idea what to expect from Monogatari. I don't read the manga, or I should say I don't read the novels. Next person I should mention is Kanbaru. I think that in Monogatari, Kanbaru's relationship and Hanakawa and Senjo Gahara are going to be really major in this. In that Kanbaru will either get worried about Hanakawa's and Senjo Gahara's struggle over trying to gain Araragi's affection, or Araragi will offend Senjo Gahara somehow, and Kanbaru will get so mad at Araragi that it'll trigger the monkey paw, and maybe she'll start the whole monkey thing all over again. I'm basing most of my assumptions based on just the title of all the books that are the title of the books that are gonna show up in Monogatari. So yeah, I think Kanbaru will maybe attack Araragi. I know that sounds simple, but still. As for Senjo Gahara and Hanakawa, I don't know if you noticed in Nisemonogatari, but it seemed like Hanakawa was, like, not aggressive, I forget what the term is, not, like, obviously aggressive, but hidden aggressive, I guess I should say. Passive aggressive, that's it. Hanakawa was kind of passive aggressively going after Araragi, which Senjo Gahara kind of couldn't affect. Like, she knew that Hanakawa liked Araragi, but I don't know, maybe Hanakawa just has some natural scary thing about her. I don't know. I mean, on the surface, it seemed just comical, but when you really think about it, it really seems like Hanakawa is going after Araragi, and after everything that I saw in Nisemonogatari, it kind of seems like maybe she'll be more serious about going after Aragi in Monogatari. So either in the first arc, which is Hanakawa's arc, she'll either she'll something dramatic will happen and she'll like try to seduce Aragi, or maybe she tries to make Aragi doubt Senjogahara's faithfulness, or who knows, because Hanakawa was supposed to be like super smart, and we see that examples of that all the time, but maybe it'll be a lot more sneaky this time. Either that, or maybe silent tension's gonna build throughout Monogatari, just kind of like how it was in Nisemonogatari, with like you see maybe Hanakawa's manipulating people, and maybe that's gonna lead to it's gonna lead to big problems with other characters, because maybe they listen to Hanakawa's advice, and her advice, isn't always that good. She only knows what she knows, So either at the end of, so I think that at the end of Monogatari, maybe they might have a fight between Hanakawa and Senjogahara, or Aragi will give them an ultimatum, or Aragi will be given an ultimatum, and maybe he has to choose between Hanakawa and Senjogahara, just because of that final book that says Hitagi end. I'm a little bit nervous about that, because I want Aragi to stay with Senjogahara. But also something to note would be that Senjogahara is going to be meeting Aragi's sisters in this season. So I think that'll be pretty interesting. I think the sisters will be scared of Senjogahara, but I don't know, Senjogahara might act differently in this season, I think. I noticed that she cut her hair, and I think that that's to maybe kind of show things that Hanakawa did, because Hanakawa's hair is shorter, so she's trying to like emulate what Hanakawa did and gain Aragi's attention more that way, because maybe she's a little bit nervous that he's more interested in Hanakawa than her. Another thing about Aragi is that since he does get too involved in everybody's problems, maybe this time someone will die or get seriously hurt. More likely they'll just get seriously hurt, and like he'll have to start thinking like maybe he shouldn't just help everybody. Maybe it's better just to let everybody handle their own situations, because ever since he started affecting the supernatural, things seem to have gotten worse. In Monogatari, you don't see all these super cases or super situations being created all the time before Aragi got involved. So maybe he might leave the town at the end of the season, or something like that. I don't know. And I think he'll also run into trouble with his vampire powers, because they did. Snowboo did mention that his lifespan might be longer, so maybe he'll realize that he can't stay with mortals, Senjogahara, and maybe he'll feel that he has to leave the town. And I'm assuming that the end of the season will also coincide with his graduation, I think. That could mean a whole bunch of stuff, who knows. Yeah, I mean, the theories can go in so many different ways, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, there's various other things that hint at future story points with, like just tiny snippets of conversation that hint at what might happen. Like Hajikuchi was talking to Aragi, and she said that she'll meet him one last time to say bye, just like Oshino did with Aragi. So we'll probably see that. And that'll probably be at like the end of her story arc this season. And Kanbaru mentions Aragi's not aware of the final boss, which was Sengoku, and it was completely considered comedy at the time. You know, just funny, just because Sengoku's trying to seduce him and stuff. But at the same time, it could very well become serious in Monogatari. You know, maybe infidelity and Aragi being seduced will actually be more common in this one. Like, people will actually really try to go after Aragi, because, you know, so far it's only been a joke, and although it could just stay a joke, the series does have some serious terms, or serious situations. You know, in Monogatari, everybody's backstory was really bleak and everything. I should just mention Sengoku real quick. Obviously, she's really going after Aragi. I guess she's not aware that he's going out with Senjougahara. I don't really remember. But either way, I think that Sengoku and Senjougahara will clash somehow. And maybe, I don't know, Sengoku's curse will come back, and maybe she'll like use it to attack Senjougahara to get at Aragi. You know, I mean, Sengoku toyed with Aragi throughout, or in the few episodes that she was in Nisemonogatari, and maybe she'll feel rejected, you know, after everything that he did in that. So she'll go after Aragi's affection like too much, and he won't be able to just laugh it off. You know, right now he's like, oh, what? She likes me? Oh, I didn't notice. Yeah, I mean, they're like, either he's in denial or he's stupid or whatever. Probably just stupid. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of comedy, but I believe that the seriousness will come back to the series also. Last person I should talk about is Snowboo, and I think that either she will regain her powers and maybe leave, or transfer her powers to Aragi and like die or something, or transfer her knowledge to Aragi, like become one with him maybe, just because like that one exorcist woman at the end of Nisemonogatari mentions that Shinobu's not a threat anymore at all, which I thought that maybe she could get her powers back somehow, but at the moment it seems like that's not the case. So yeah, again, like, maybe she'll get her powers back and she'll be able to leave Aragi, or yeah, maybe they'll just try to make them more into one character. I don't know. It really just depends whether Aragi will leave the town or not. Again, I'm thinking that he leaves the town, but it's completely a guess, and I know that there's supposed to at least be a few more episodes after this season, just because like there are 3 books left. So I don't know what those 3 books would be about. I would kind of think that maybe he's gonna become a onmyoji or exorcist or whatever, you know, going after the supernatural. And since he is a helpful person, it would make sense. And like, it's like a coming of age, you know, that's his job, and you know, he's a nice person, and like, you know, compared to the other 3 exorcists, you know, the other ones care about money. Maybe he'll just do, you know, he'll just help everybody's supernatural problems for free. Maybe Shinobu will help him, or maybe he'll become like Shinobu and just start killing supernatural beings. But he doesn't really like violence too much, so it's more likely he'd be Shinobu's friend. It's hard to say. I'll be interested in learning more about Shinobu, that's for sure. Final thing is Kaiki will probably be the main antagonist, you know, the antagonist from the last season, you know, from Nisemonogatari. You know, he just seems really evil, you know, he was a really good villain, and yeah, he was the entire reason why that other exorcist came and attacked Aragi's sister. And then also I do remember that he came for Kanbaru in Nisemonogatari. And I bet he'll come back. I don't know how he knew Kanbaru's mother and Kanbaru's condition, but I bet he'll be involved in Kanbaru's story arc, if not more. You know, how did he know that she had the monkey paw? And maybe, who knows, maybe the other exorcists will come back. You know, it'd be nice to see Oshino again, but it's 26 episodes, I believe, and that's just hard to believe. Just hard to imagine, because all the other seasons have only been like 12 episodes, and Nisemonogatari seemed a little bit extended, more than it needed to be. You know, they would have made it 8 episodes, but you know that's not how seasons work. So this one seems like it'll be packed full of only important information, no filler stuff, if there was any filler stuff in Nisemonogatari. But I can't wait to watch Monogatari. Definitely one of my favorite series. Yep, can't wait to see it. And you know, leave your comments. You know, do you disagree with me? Hate me? Does the video quality, sound quality suck? Leave your comments below. Thanks. Bye.